Okay, Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is Muhammad Hafzah bin Abdul Halim. I am a lecturer from University Malaysia Kelantan. Okay, today we want to discuss about the topic Chapter 6 Cardiovascular Endurance. Okay, at the end of the chapter, student able to understand the basic of cardiovascular endurance exercises and student able to demonstrate the activity in cardiovascular endurance exercises. For the introduction, cardio means heart and vascular mean vessels. The synonyms for cardiovascular endurance are aerobic fitness, cardiovascular fitness, and cardiorespiratory fitness. The best indicator for measuring cardiovascular fitness is VO2 max. VO2 max represent volume, maximum volume oxygen consumption. Okay, the best test for cardiovascular fitness, we have bleed test, yo-yo test, 2.4 kilometer test, 12-minute run, 1.5 mile run, step test, bike ergometer test, and rockport walk test. This is about inhale and exhale process. Okay. First process, when we inhale, we go to the second process. During the inhalation, lung oxygenated the blood. That's second process. And then for the third process, coming from the lung enter to the left atrium. And for the fourth process, enter the left ventricle and pump out the working muscle. Process number 5, oxygenated blood had been used for muscle to move. Process number 6, deoxygenated blood had been pumped back to the heart. We go to process number 7, coming from working muscle and enter to the right atrium. Then process number 8, enter to the right ventricle and pump out to the lung. Lung carry the oxygenated blood at the process number 9, and then we exhale at the end of the process number 10. This is the definition for oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Refers to the blood that has been exposed to oxygen in the lung. That's oxygenated blood. While deoxygenated blood refers to the blood that has a low oxygen saturation relative to blood leaving the lungs. For your information, guys, the oxygenated blood is also called arterial blood, and deoxygenated blood also called venous blood. This is the characteristic of blood vessel. For arteries, it pumps oxygenated blood and have muscular, elastic walls that promote good circulation. And for veins, it carries deoxygenated blood and rely on pumping action of muscle to move blood. I want to discuss about the characteristic of blood. Blood appears red because of the high amount of hemoglobin, a molecule found on red blood cells. So RBC represent red blood cell. In oxygenated blood found in arterial circulation, hemoglobin bound oxygen create a distinctive red color. So as we know that oxygenated blood found in red color. And for deoxygenated blood is a darker red. So as we know for deoxygenated blood, it represents darker red, or we can state it as what we call that, like purple red, some sort like that. Okay, now we go to the pulse. Okay, the arteries have elastic walls and stretch as the blood moves through the vessel. When the blood moves through the vessel, this is what it felt as the pulse. In the past, it have wave, and the wave divided into two, we call that systolic and diastolic. Okay, the aortic notch indicate the elastic nature of the vessel. This is the explanation for systolic and diastolic. Blood pressure is measured using two numbers. The first number, called systolic blood pressure, measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart beats. The second number, called diastolic blood pressure, measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart rests between beats. The generally accepted standard for normal blood pressure is 90/60 to less than 120/80. If your blood pressure is consistently lower than 90/60, you have low blood pressure. Blood pressure between 120 and 80, blood pressure between 120/80 and 140/90 is still considered normal. So this is the figure, so everyone can have a look for the normal, elevated, high blood pressure, stage 2, and hypertensive crisis. This is the location for pulse, the red mark there, carotid, radial, brachial, femoral, ulnar, popliteal, posterior, and dorsal. You can check your pulse there each time every the heart rate beat. Okay, facts in pulse monitoring. Our heart rate or pulse is the number of times of our heartbeat in 1 minute. Knowledge about heart rate might assist individuals in spotting the development of health problems. Normal heart rate might vary from person to person, means that everyone have different heart rate. A faster pulse doesn't necessarily mean higher blood pressure. As the heart speeds up during exercise, blood vessels should expand to let more blood pass through. This is the subtopic for the cardiovascular endurance. Then we go to, today I'm going to present two subtopics, which is 6.1 and 6.2. Okay, 6.1 is health benefits of basic cardiovascular endurance training. Okay, this is the health benefit for cardiovascular endurance training. Great for weight loss because the greater heartbeat, the greater fat will burn. And then it can strengthen your heart because when you exercise, it makes your heart rate to accelerate and properly pump blood. Aerobic exercise improves circulation, which results in lowered blood pressure and heart rate. Other benefits can be considered as reduce the risk of several diseases such as heart attack, stroke, and then it improves lung capacity. Okay, how it improves lung capacity? Because heavy breathing during exercise can improve lung. Continue. Cardiovascular endurance naturally boosts energy. Why we say that? Because exercise releases a hormone named endorphins that can boost our energy. And then it will be great for mental health because it can combat mental health issues like depression, anxiety, or stress. Person also can have better sleep because it's easy to sleep after exercise due to tired, and it helps to immune system, increase antibody that lead to reduce the risk to get disease. Now we move to 6.2, types of basic cardiovascular endurance training. This is example for aerobic exercise. Another one is anaerobic exercise. So we have four types of aerobic exercise here. First is interval training, second is continuous training, third is cross training, and the last one is fartlek training. Just for example give here. So for interval training, it alternating periods of exercise with recovery periods, means that it tests and recovery. For example, run 20 minutes, rest 5 minutes, then continue run 20 minutes. We call that interval training. And then for continuous training, working for a sustained period of time until the session and without rest, normally done in low intensity. For example, cycling for 40 minutes. So it continues. And then for cross training, an exercise routine that uses several or different modes or types of training in order to develop a specific component of fitness. For example, run 3 minutes, push up 15 repetitions for 5 sets. We call that cross training, everyone. And then we move to fartlek training, activity by changing the pace, either increase or decrease. Means it can be done in flat, incline, or decline. For example, run, skipping, striding, and walk. This is an aerobic exercise, so I just give you 3 examples. We have circuit training, we have plyometric training, and we have HIIT or high intensity interval training. Basically, you will have a station to do this exercise. Okay, this is my explanation about circuit training. Okay, alternating between exercise and rest, and circuit training can be done through reps or duration. For example, 30-second exercise, 10-second rest, and then we continue. For plyometric training, is a high intensity workout, more focuses on jumping or jerking movement. For example, burpee, squat jump, jumping lunges. And high intensity interval training is all types of exercise that had been done in high intensity. For example, sprinting, skipping, push-up, and split squat jump. Okay, this will be our last slide. I just want to explain or recommend a kind of activity. Okay, so this is the activity that can be done in order to improve cardiovascular endurance. First is jogging, second is running, third is cycling, fourth swimming, walking, hiking, and dancing. So you guys are recommended to perform this exercise at least 30 minutes per session in order to improve your cardiovascular endurance. That's all for today, everyone. So thank you for your listening, and thank you for the commitment. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.